Dating was tough. People tell you a lot of weird stuff about dating. Like I remember when I was a kid, they told us to have chivalry, which I looked up that word. Did you know that chivalry comes from an old French word that means horsemanship? Yeah, horsemanship. We're not talking about polite people that came up with this word. We're talking about medieval French people. And this is how we treat women, you know? They came up with the horse rules before they came up with the how to treat women rules. By the time they got to women, they're like, let's just carry over the horse rules. And we use those same rules to this day. Women come back from dates going, he didn't make me feel equestrian at all. You need to be respectful of women, but if it's based off of horsemanship, that's degrading. Like, you know why it's polite to open doors for women? It's because horses cannot do it on their own. And they say it's impolite to text a girl to ask her on a date, but technically the most polite thing to do is go, let's go. It's important that we take care of our children, you know? Childhood obesity is a big problem. And I think I came up with a solution. I think at all the play places, they should make the play places into a giant model of the human heart. That way when the fat kid gets stuck in the aorta slide, he'll know what he has to look forward to later in life. Just stuck in there like, all right, cancel the nuggets, Mom. I have an epiphany here. It's good being a dad. I feel like I had some experience. I owned a plant before I had a kid. I was a plant dad. I was a good plant dad. They say you're supposed to talk to your plant to help it grow, but I gave the talk to my plant to help it really mature, you know? I walked in its room. I'm like, look, I'm realizing you're getting to the point where your body's changing, and I found that Home and Garden magazine underneath your pot, so you can questions. My other favorite news thing is when someone goes missing, they'll interview that person's friend, and they'll ask their friend, like, what is your friend like? And the friend will always say something nice, like, well, Margaret's the most kind and patient person that I know. Which is good, but if it were me and they asked me what my friend was like after they went missing, I would tell them what they look like. It's going to be easier to find them that way, I think. It's going to be hard to find Margaret based on her winning personality, you know? Best case scenario, I see a lady being dragged into a van. She's like, help me, help me. I'm like, well, that's not kind or patient. That can't be Margaret. Margaret would have said, help me, please. I was in St. Louis and I met this older guy. He was driving me to a show and we made friends. And I was navigating from the passenger seat with my phone and he was driving. And he said, you're gonna have to hold that phone closer because my right eye is a glass eye. And we'd been driving for a while. You know, I don't know what the rules are, but it seems like that's the beginning of the drive conversation. If your blind spot is 180 degrees, give me a heads up, you know? That's your passenger side eye. That's the most important eye for me. And I'm navigating. I gotta find a way to get there with all left turns now. It's gonna be complicated.